for the future. So I did a review of every single cul-de-sac in this community. And I ranked them, no, I was just frustrated. And then I ranked them by like chromiest. None of them look great, okay? But I ranked them by really the ugliest to the not so ugly. And there are 6 that really need help right now that are really looking shabby, embarrassing shabby. And so we went ahead and got an estimate from Blue Sky to do those 6 in the same manner. And then also to replace the dead palm that got hit by lightning along the court. Dead is a doornail, dead. And the total is $10,000 to do 6 cul-de-sacs and replace the palm tree.
Wow.
I kind of want to just put this on as an added agenda item so we can get started on this.
Yes.
because,
Yes.
It
Or-
really,
or
it's a nice design.
can I make a
It's not
suggestion?
over
Could we wait until next week?
next week.
So it's October 1st budget, because we're kind of,
Oh, it wouldn't get paid until then.
Yeah.
but if you order it, if you start it now, it doesn't get accrued because I guess it's based
They
on
don't
money
do
invoices.
accruals.
It's based on
Exactly.
money invoices.
It's based upon when the work is done.
Yeah.
We should be
They
fine.
do
We should be fine.
Yeah. As long
But
as-
not on approvals at the
But
meeting,
But as long as they don't start it before the 1st.
Correct.
right? Ken, not based on meeting decisions. Ken,
You lost me.
it's not
Yeah.
based on decisions made at the meeting, is it?
No, it's based on work done.
Yeah.
Yes, when the work starts, so
Exactly.
just don't start it to the first step.
If the
Are you
work,
kidding?
if the work is done, it should be approved.
Okay.
Got it.
So
Yeah,
don't-
the work
yes,
won't be
okay,
done,
that's
it'll be fine.
Okay.
But, so I'm gonna bring this up just because the 6 I'm talking about are, I was actually surprised doing the drive around at how awful some of them look, so.
Yeah. Plus, if we do them, a few at a time or several at a time, then there's a little bit less pain
Right.
somehow.
These are the first 6, I have the tranche of the next 6 that are next bad. So we can kind of go through the rest of them, and at this price, we will then
Yeah.
have the issue of, we will have a lot of money left in, and oh, by the way, this would come out of the reserve, remember the
Right.
reserve?
Yes,
Yes.
It's just a lot less, so we will have a lot of money left over
Nice.
after this is done
Well done.
to move to some of the other reserve issues that have not been funded.
Good,
So,
I need that.
Good.
okay,
Plus, it becomes a standard, right?
exactly. And it's modest, but it's nice. It's
Yeah.
not, there's no rocks,
Okay.
there's no,
Easy to maintain, probably
Easy to
sounds like
maintain.
what I
Yeah. okay,
Cool.
thank you.
Who else? Rich, do you have anything?
Yeah, well, I sent an email.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you haven't had
Can
a
we
chance
do
to read it.
can we do my shorty?
Sure,
I have some
absolutely.
shorties, because I have comments.
Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
so thank you for putting this together, by the way. And actually, Ken, do you have anything you wanted to bring up?
Not really. I don't have any update on the, Welcome Center of the golf club. I decided that since I'm back next week, I really would want to talk to some people in person. And
Okay,
I didn't think there was an urgency to it.
got it. Okay, cool. So, let's see, I have a few like teeny tiny quickies. The first is, it's gonna be October soon, and I think we want to think about putting out a call for open committee seats in October. So we have time to get responses back and vote on them in December. So I'm just throwing it out there. Zachary can get you Zach can get you your committee expirations. So, then maybe I'll put that on the agenda for the first October meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you have them just send it to everybody?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll
Like they
take care of
usually
that.
do?
Yeah, yeah, I'll take care of that.
Because I'm gonna make sure mine's not old.
Yep. And agenda. Okay, good. So that was that. Second thing is, I did take a look at those entry obelisks, or at least obelisk. I mean, personally, I think it should go. I don't know if anybody else looked.
The 2 on the side on the
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
gatehouse, I get rid of them, yeah.
Yeah, they're weird.
I think
They're
they should
weird.
go.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, either that or put signage on it, put welcome or something to,
What signs are we talking about?
the two little, the little,
Obelisks.
the 3x3 wide obelisk when you first drive on Veneto into the property before the welcome center.
They're right before the welcome center
Big
driveway.
square boxes.
Yeah, it's about 100 feet before,
Yeah,
about 50
yeah.
feet before the welcome center.
Okay.
Up toward Laurel.
Yeah, personally, I think we should, or maybe we do it in conjunction with landscaping, but, so let's see, what else? So in terms, I sent you all an email, that Libby Favorite had kindly put together about dining hours.
Yes.
And so there was some rationale in the covering email, and then there was a proposal attached to it for the hours for Wednesday through Sunday. And I'd add that Libby, you may have seen from the email thread, Libby did talk to, maybe it wasn't in there, she talked to Chef about it though. And so I would say this, in my opinion, this corrects two general things. It keeps things open until 8 p.m. for food. So that's number one. And then number two, Sunday in particular, it doesn't make sense for us to stay open till 7 p.m. because we've got staff in the kitchen kicking their heels with nothing going on.
Right.
So if it's all right with you, yeah.
I do have one
Thoughts,
question.
please.
We're doing Saturday dinner?
No,
She has
that's
dinner.
incorrect.
Okay, good.
That's
I
incorrect.
highlighted that. I thought this is new.
No, but that's takeout though, so we need to just fix that. No, we're not.
That's strictly to carry out then, until.
Yeah, carry out.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Well, do we do this now? Do we wait for Hampton to come in? Because I'm also, I brought up before, I would still love to see, like, if you go to like Hyde Park,
right,
Steakhouse in Sarasota, they have a happy hour special from 4 to 6. They also have a price fixed from 4 to 5:30, and then
Right.
regular menu. So we don't, we came on Friday at 4 o'clock to go to the Tiki Bar. We were the only people there.
right,
We walked in here at 5 o'clock. Darlene and I were the only people here.
right.
It's
There's a
dead.
lot of confusion.
But it's also dead here.
There's
in that
confusion
period.
and we're not advertising very well
Yeah.
either. I
Right,
mean,
well,
Exactly.
right.
So,
Hampton marketing is like a
No.
big thing on my.
Well,
so I'm wondering if we do something, like I said, an early bird or happy hour between 4 and 5:30 or something to drive more people here. So before we start setting things and resetting and adding, or we can decide, okay, this is what it is for now, and then a month from now we could add it
Well,
on.
let me make a suggestion because I think we're wasting money on labor. And for the current, because we lost our GM as of last Monday. Chef is in charge, if you will, of the entire front and back of house. Maybe he can, talk to Hampton, get their view now, and then, come back to us or come back to me if you're happy with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think they need to clarify.
Well, I would like Hampton weigh in because I think some of their brunch in season will definitely go beyond noon. Especially if,
I agree.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I just would love Hampton Golf to weigh in on this before we.
I'll have them weigh in and then come back.
And,
Excuse,
Go ahead, Ken.
has anybody done any analysis of the covers for those time periods?
they're all off.
Especially in season, the reason, as I recall, that the breakfast brunch was extended to 2 was because a number of golfers who golf in couples on Sunday morning couldn't get down there by noon.
Mhm.
And so my question is, are they really using it? Has anybody looked at that 12 to 2 in season when more people are there, to determine whether we should stay open or not?
Well, we haven't
We
had
have
brunch for
information,
so
do
long,
analysis.
it's hard to tell.
Well, let me suggest that, how about if, Chef and I sit down with Hampton and we figure out how to look at it and we'll bring it back to I'll bring it back to the next board.
And also the cover reports are just so wrong anyway.
Chef will know, and
yeah.
Chef, I think, because he knows, he's here on Sundays. And I know from talking to him, at least not in season, that it's completely dead. But things do go steady at the Tiki Bar, so, all right, well, if that's all right with you, I'll take that up. Yeah, I think I already mentioned, well, you all know, you got an email from Justin, I think Hampton will be, well, they're due to arrive at 4 p.m. today. I don't know whether they're gonna stop in, but they'll be here tomorrow, Wednesday, and I also believe Thursday. So just so you're aware, they'll be here.
So I'm reading Libby's email,
Okay.
and it looks to me like she only wanted this to be an interim change.
Yeah, she did
Okay.
say that, but one of the
Okay.
fears I have,
changes.
exactly, that was,
Okay. All right.
yeah. I think people are already confused, so,
I'm confused.
yeah, I'm totally, you know what I do? I call Brian and say, can I get food?
Exactly, that's what I listen. Yeah,
Which, we don't wanna have 1,377 households calling Brian and asking
I
about.
mean, like even the communication that came out on Saturday about the fish sandwich.
Mhm.
As soon as I got it, I said, Brian, I called Brian and said, you're having a fish fry on October, you're not, so
Right.
today, Sunday, October 22nd?
Yeah,
I said, first off, it's Sunday, there is no Sunday, October 22nd in October. And this Sunday is the 21st of September.
Yeah.
So I said, so there's nothing right here. And I said,
Yeah.
so it's just, it's
least
just
they got
too many
it fixed.
communications and just so much is wrong. It's just
yeah, well,
ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, a lot of it, I think, we're just kind of betwixt and between.
Yeah, exactly.
As I said to
Exactly.
somebody, I always worked under the 4-eye principle, which means, one set of eyes looks at it and then at least another set of eyes proofs it, so. And I wanted to sensitize on another thing, both Ken and Cindy. So I think you both have seen the email from Melissa on the reserves items that she's looking for reimbursement.
Yes.
And she also mentions, that was $22,600. And I checked with Becky on the 4 pool items.
Mhm.
3 of them are paid, the first 3, the $3,900, $4,000, and $6,500 are paid. The $8,200 is entered but not paid. I don't ever, and it's for a pool heater, I don't ever remember being asked to bring that before the board. And I asked Tim about it, and he thought we did, but what I'm intending to do is bring it to the board meeting so that we can ratify it, because it's already
Okay.
paid. It is a legitimate expense, we did need to do it, but I don't think it ever came before the board. So I think we need to ratify that, and I also want to ratify the final charge for the geothermal
Yes.
work, which was completed. I don't know if you're all aware.
Pool feels lovely.
Yeah, good.
The
The-
pool is wonderful. It came down like 9 degrees.
Yeah, the geothermal work was successful.
Yes.
So the final
175.
payment on that
Yeah.
will be the final 11,000. So instead of being out $41,000, we'll only be out another 11,000.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring that up. And then I wanted to ask Cindy, I know you had some additional items for the fitness studio that totaled, I don't know, something like,
It was a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
are those things that should be going to a clock?
No, the clock's not going to reserves. The clock is not going to reserves and the table's not going to reserves. What I wanted to go to reserves was the coat rack and the cubbies.
What about the flooring? You said something about.
Oh, the flooring's already been paid from Williford. I'm quite sure of that.
Yeah,
There was something for the closet.
The squares, that can be expensed.
I mean, to me, do we really need to put $30 of coat racks in reserves?
No, we
No.
don't have to. I was just thinking, you know how I am about the.
No, I get it. So-
now.
Oh, so, I mean, but technically, in order to do this from reserves, I actually need the receipts.
Okay,
So,
We can give you the receipts. They're this big, they're little coat racks. I would expense them,
All right.
honestly, because they're just little.
if we want to
toys.
expense them, I am perfectly fine expensing everything. I just, I am.
I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, so just along those.
you're an accountant,
lines.
you count.
And yeah, the whole cash situation, as I've been
Okay.
watching it, you guys saw the agenda item.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
can talk about that when you're.
It's
you're done.
critical.
Now, the
Yeah.
only good news with the cash situation, I wanted to share with everybody that the AR, Becky's got this down to $16,000.
Oh, so there's another, okay, all right, good,
Oh.
So, and ACH just ran on the 20th.
okay,
So there should be, she is doing a really good job of
Okay.
working through this, and the man who I talked about last time
Uh-huh.
didn't want to pay, is gonna pay. So,
okay.
Nice.
Well, that's actually good, because I was still anticipating, that AR to be about 30.
you know,
So I can pull another 14 into that, but as you guys saw, the number's still not pretty. I mean, we're still
No,
looking
it's
at
not.
anywhere between 140 and 155.
And that's before the restatement of the budget.
Correct.
Okay. Not that that's technically a
Correct.
cash issue, but ultimately it's all cash, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
So
okay.
are we gonna talk in the meeting today about options for where to move that from?
Yes, I think we should.
I think so.
Yeah, I
We
do.
should.
I- Yeah, that's why I brought it, that's why it's on the agenda, because we
Okay,
need
so
to
you'll bring
figure
it
out,
up.
yes,
Okay,
we need
cool.
to figure out where we're gonna pull the money from.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just had two more quick small items, and then maybe we can do Richard's thing. So the first thing is, the first of those two final things, so you saw, I think Andy copied us all, that there's gonna be a rules workshop, rules hearing scheduled. Roger Efron had kindly emailed and said, do we want to consider putting something in parcels about, a couple of different things. I thought that's where we should put a credit card item.
The parcels thing is working because
Good.
more people read it because it's
Yes.
got traction. The emails we send out,
Yeah, they're
50-50.
confusing and boring, and a lot of times you have to click on links and people don't click on links, and it's just, we need to do better communications,
So
which
you
is
want
what
a
I.
parcel?
I think we could do something on credit cards, and we already started we have a letter to residents, so, were you volunteering?
Yeah.
Should I email you the Word file?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing on that we need to we're gonna need to investigate is at the last board meeting, I asked Kelso about debit cards versus credit cards, and his answer was, there's a switch in Jonas. Now that, I'm sure that's true, however, there's also the device. If my sister-in-law comes in, we're having lunch, and she's gonna pay by credit card, there's a physical device, and it's the physical device that may not, the swiper, that may not recognize a debit card, because that's what I was warned about by Dee Dee Franklin from Hampton. So we're gonna have to be careful to get a correct answer on whether our devices recognize debit cards or not. If they don't, I think we should investigate what it costs to get new devices. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I did ask them about monthly, because it'll also need to be in the parcels article, what do they allow people to pay with credit cards for monthly? Dee Dee thinks it's a good idea, so does Jamie Selby, Laurel Oak. He said they don't at Laurel Oak because they never did, so they didn't want to get into it, but he thinks, we should do it, especially for the reasons Ken mentioned, that, ultimately if the spend is up on credit cards, the rate could go down. So we will want to address debit cards and also the monthly.
Okay, well, and I think we should think about that carefully because I've only approved 2 people in all of the AR to use a credit card.
Okay,
That's it. Everybody else is paying by check
Excellent.
or ACH.
excellent.
So if we change that, it will also change the volume of people that, if we change that, I think you're gonna see a lot of people turn back to credit card.
Right.
Not if they're paying 2.5%.
That's true
I
at
don't
the
think,
end.
I don't think so, because like I said, I'm a points hog, but I am not gonna convert 2.5% of real dollars
Right.
Because
into
it's only
points,
1%.
into points that are not worth
Right,
that are worth
right.
0.25% in real life. I'm not spending $2.5 to buy
Right.
2.5 points. So,
Well, what
people, most people will not do that.
What Dee Dee did say,
Good
Dee Dee
point.
Franklin did say, is that processing checks is resource heavy, which makes sense to me. I get it. So, anyway, these are all things I think we're gonna need to think about. We don't necessarily have to answer in the parcels article, but I think we're gonna need to have a decision on those things by the time we get to the hearing date.
So in the parcels article, you just wanna talk about the new charge for credit cards.
Yes, and that there's gonna be a hearing for, rules. So I'll get you the Word document. I think we
I
should.
thought we were told that from a cost standpoint, debit card, credit card fees are about the same.
That's not
Processing.
what I read.
And that's not what I've read, and I really would like Hampton, it would be, it's too bad they're not here, because I would like to talk to
Yeah,
them
yeah.
about it, because, and there's also, we've all been forwarded a law that says you can't charge a debit card.
Correct.
And
That's right.
so, I'm kind of like, what exactly are we doing here? I'm okay with the credit card fee. I would rather, if we're gonna do an article in parcels, I would rather not even address the debit card.
No, we shouldn't.
I agree
Just
with that.
talk about credit card fees, 2.5%.
So people will ask.
They
But
will.
they can't ask the parcels.
What I read about debit cards is that if you, and I did talk to Dee Dee about this by email, if you offer another way to pay, you know, it affects whether or not you can charge for debit cards or not. But what Dee Dee said is that many of their devices don't recognize the difference between a debit and a credit card, and a lot of them, it isn't obvious. It could say Visa or MasterCard, and you can choose.
Right.
So I guess what it comes down to is if your device allows someone to, it's a handheld and allows somebody to put in a PIN, then it can be a debit card. So I think there's some more work we have to do.
Maybe just throw in a line that says, we're looking at alternatives, possibly use of debit cards, and just leave it at that, as we're researching for now, so this way people are constantly bombarding us, well, what about this? Well, we're looking into it, we'll update if available.
Yeah, fair enough, because that is what we're doing, so it's factual.
Yeah.
Why
So
don't we just wait till you know?
We don't know.
we're gonna get questions though, I think that's the point. We wanna,
When was the hearing? Refresh.
oh, it's gonna be late November, it's gonna be the second meeting in
So we
November.
have time,
We have a
so we
little
can talk
time.
about this on the 6th, and I
Yes.
can do it after that, and that way Hampton will be on board, and we can have a bigger discussion.
Perfect.
Why don't we just wait?
Yeah.
I'll hold off on this, okay?
Yeah, we have a lot of people from Hampton who are gonna be coming through here between now and the end of the first week in October. I don't know whether Dee Dee's one of them, but she's very accessible. So she always answers, well, they all do.
They all do.
And his deadline
Yeah.
for parcels is the end of the first week of the month generally, so
Mhm.
that gives time for
We have
me to
time.
finish it.
Okay. Good. And then the last thing I had was, we'll see if we get a lot of people coming in about the speed bumps. I did collect from Keith late last week all the letters, and I opened up a bunch of them. Oh, you got some too?
I got the ones to my house, never with my right address.
Correct.
Right.
However, I got 5. 3 say do not remove the speed
Right,
bumps.
right, exactly.
And 2 say remove
I
them, so
only
actually,
got one, because it had my address, but your name.
Yeah, oh, Cheryl's name.
Not your
Oh,
name,
my name.
your name,
Well-
but my address, but all the ones to me, to the wrong addresses never came to me.
I also got a lot of them when I started opening them, they just weren't signed. It was just a yellow piece of.
That's
oh,
what
I
I
got
got
several
too.
of those, which I just threw, those are people just saying, what is this? Throwing them in my
Well,
mailbox.
pretty much, and so, but you know, the one that struck me the most was, there was one that included, I won't say the resident's name, but it was a very well thought out letter that said, look, I appreciate you guys trying. The effectiveness will be questionable, but I think ultimately, because we have so many scofflaws in here, you're gonna have to look at a more expensive technological solution. So I just wanted to share that one with you because I thought, he's probably right.
He's probably, he is absolutely, whoever
Yeah.
made that comment is 100% correct.
Yeah,
But
You know,
have to start with a cheap solution.
I am
Yeah.
telling you, I probably got 30 of them.
Ugh.
And none of them had the correct address on it.
Right.
The only reason they came to me is because
The
the
postman knows us.
postman
Yes.
knows us, which is perfectly fine. Many of them were unsigned.
Yes.
Many of them several were from out of state, which I completely discount because they're not here to experience it, right? To see where they're at and what's going on. But I will tell you that the people that don't want them are the people that don't want to stop.
Right.
That's the plain and simple fact. Based on the people that did respond to me and the people that I know that blow that stop sign, those lined up.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
lined up.
And I got several calls from people saying, why would I be on the board and send out that letter?
Well, I
Right,
got that too.
So-
right.
I did get a cake out of it though.
So.
Oh,
But it was-
lucky
so-
you.
So whoever.
I know who sent that
so-
cake.
so-
I know who
so-
sent that cake.
So whoever did that, I mean, that, shame on them. I mean, we spend a god-awful amount of hours working, emails and phone calls, but then to try to start bombarding our houses with mail and our
So
personal
maybe-
residences, I mean,
I agree with
and the
you.
computer's off, your screen is off.
Uh-oh.
We deserve a refuge,
I agree.
at least, and then to claim that it was us, that was shameful.
Well, they didn't claim it.
But it made it look like
The
that.
intention, in my opinion,
Just
the
everybody
intention
call
was to
Nicholas.
bombard our personal households. And I'll tell you, the funny thing is, the letter came addressed to my husband and the return envelope was to me, which I thought was kind of funny.
Well, isn't that funny, because ours came addressed to Amy, and it was going back
To
Cheryl.
And mine was going back to Ken.
Yes, so I do also think there's a legal issue with people using our names on return addresses without permission.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
there's that piece too.
Well, except, yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, anyways,
I
regardless,
think that we should bring this up. I would like it
Okay.
on record during the meeting,
Okay.
just to say, these have been received. There's not enough to change any decision
No.
that we've made. In fact, many came back positive. And forewarning to people, if you're gonna send something, you need to be the author.
Yes.
And do not use our return addresses for anything that is sent. I would make it short,
Because
sweet.
I'm just gonna,
I just want it
I'll
on
just
the
be sending
record.
this, my husband's just throwing it out.
So do you wanna, can you do that?
Sure, absolutely.
Would be great. And then do we have to say these? 'Cause I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I would say we
I have saved all mine.
probably do, if you want to give it to me, because I've, to me, they're a record of the CDD, and
But these
My
I'm
gut-
not gonna save, the ones that somebody just threw at me and said, I don't want this.
Right, how many?
Let me take them. You know why? I'm sure all of you experienced this in your work life, that you would get a preservation notice from the
Mhm.
council.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going preservation notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring mine in too, I'll get mine
Okay.
too.
I'll give mine to Keith, he
Okay.
can give it to you.
Okay. Gee, thanks so
Keith, you
much.
mind?
Not a bit.
Thank you, sir.
Is
So,
Amy still on?
yeah, Amy would have texted you if there was a gap.
She said the picture looks better, the voice wasn't working.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I got right now. Let me see if she's still on.
Brian came back in and said the voice was working. So
Okay,
Belinda, maybe we'll bring it up. We'll ask Andy about it. We can bring that up during the council's thing.
Okay.
Okay, take it away, Rich.
All right, so I brought this up a couple months ago to start talking about the things that we as a group have accomplished, and the speed bumps and a few other things brought up the notion that we are doing a bad job of letting people know of all the things we're doing here. So I wanted to draft up something that we should send out. So I took a stab at it. Obviously, there are some things here that I'm not comfortable as to phrasing, wording exactly. Some things for Tech Wave, Jonas, that you know, Cindy, that you're working on. There are things in here that I'm probably missing that are in social dining, possibly tennis. So I just wanted to start getting lists, because when you start looking at this list, we've accomplished a lot.
you know, it's so funny you say that, because I did glance at it and I thought, God, no wonder I'm so tired.
I mean, if you look at it, we did accomplish a lot, so I would like to get this thing updated, finalized, and reworded if anybody has any issue with how things are phrased. And then also let people know about the things that we're working on upcoming. There's a lot, and by the time this thing probably goes out, a lot of the things on the radar list will probably be done.
So my only question about this is, I have a couple of comments, but one is that, just to avoid confusion, the comments we're getting about communication aren't what's been done, it's what's gonna happen. So the communication issues, I think a lot of people will be like, big deal, it's already done. The communication issues I've gotten and that I'm hearing from the community session is get in front of the changes we're
Well,
making.
that too, but I'm saying, but people say, like, when you get rid of.
So I also think that to put a list of, we did this, we did this, we did this, we striped, we did this. I think we have to be careful about how much people won't read this whole thing. And then they won't get to the bottom, which is here's the upcoming projects. I just think that we have to be careful how we do this, and maybe it should be a standing thing, like maybe we do an annual report in conjunction with the strategic plan. Here was the strategic plan from this
Yep,
year.
that's where I was going.
Here's our
Yes.
annual
Yes.
report, and these are the things accomplished under each category. Then
Yes.
people will know exactly what
Yep.
they're looking at.
Right.
And then and I'm happy to take last year's strategic plan and draft it if you want me to, Ken, otherwise you can do it, I don't care.
Well-
But the other thing
Yeah, I was
is,
gonna, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say as annual plan, but I would take the last section of upcoming things, and that's what we should put in parcels.
All right,
And say, let's get in front of this. And my other comment, and this is just a little nudgy thing, which I'm gonna bring up just here in the workshop, but, I would be careful of how we word it about new board, because 3 of us are old board.
Mhm.
So
Right.
saying the new board is
Right.
just your current board.
okay, that's
Turn
fine.
board.
I just, when I read that, I kind of went, boy, 3 of us are old, not literally.
Thanks.
I'm older than you, not literally, but
Which
just,
is, I mean, yeah, that's what I said, I mean, I'm open for,
Yeah.
you know, this was the first stab at it. I mean, also, but if you want to do this, I mean, I'm fine if you want to do the things, these are things upcoming, and then say, by the way, these are things that we've accomplished.
Well, and one more
And flip it
thing,
around, so that gives, that, you know, that accomplishes a lot of what you just said.
recall that we have statutory obligation
Yes. yeah.
by the end of the year to file our report of what we did. And so I think it's a great way for us to both do that, and it becomes part of the official record, but then I think it incorporates the strategic plan, and then it becomes something of a virtuous cycle and something that we just.
I like it
do.
tied to the strategic
Yes,
plan.
I do too.
absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Yeah, because then it means it's not something that's just stuck in the back of the drawer.
Exactly, and we can fit it all.
We did something similar last year,
Yes, yeah,
followed the strategic plan.
yeah. So I think, listen, first of all, Rich, thank you so much for putting this together.
Yeah,
Because I was
this is
like,
unbelievable.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
a lot
Oh, I
there.
forgot about that.
Mhm.
And,
And there's probably even more that, that I've forgotten about too. But I wanted to, so I think we need to do stuff here. Because I said, a lot of people come up to me. Okay, so I'm not gonna say who, but somebody said to me at some place that the board should hire a consultant to come in and look at F
I
and
heard
B and
about
look at
that.
this and look at that and
we
what
were
it.
sitting here doing
And I
that.
said- And somebody in the audience actually stood up and defended us, and thank you very much for that,
Thank
Darlene. But if somebody who is supposedly in the know doesn't know what we're doing, that got me wondering, what's the average resident know or don't know?
Nothing.
Because I've gotten told about, why did we replace Vesta?
Yeah.
Why,
Well, we all got that.
well, why did we, how come, why did we paint the building? Well, because we have a structural repairs. I didn't know about that. So you start talking to, so many people come up to me and said, well, why did you do this? Why did you do that? What's happening with, so
I have a suggestion.
so that's what, so, and especially when that one person who's in the know didn't know, that really got my goat.
We could even, honestly, and again, I think it does absolutely come back to the strategic plan, because I started writing out the categories, and I thought, landscape, because I've gotten so many positive,
So have I.
people are like, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe we could even, once this is finalized, have copies of it where we have all the nice marketing things, and just say, this is what your CDD board did. And frankly, if there's something that the POA, we have parcels there, we should also have, what the POA is planning, we should have an area there for reports for our boards.
And then also, I think we all got the email from a resident who was thanking us for, was thanking Kelso for getting the building painted and this. And I said, no, wait. So there's a lot of timeouts here, which is also why I don't want to wait till December, January, February for this to
Well,
happen.
we can't, but the report is due, I think it's by
Yeah.
December 31.
Mhm.
I would like to get.
But we can,
Well, we have it here.
you know what, we can put this in strategic plan format, right?
Yep.
As an update, we can do that now, we can
That's
do
fine.
it like after the first October meeting, and
Right.
still use it as the basis for our annual report.
Okay.
Yes,
Because I'd like the residents because the people who here kind of see some stuff and they see some improvements. for all the people who are home, not down here yet,
Right.
let them know that they've been busy and get them excited to
Right.
see all the things that have happened by when they come down.
You know
here.
what, the report on the picture, we'll put a picture on the cover with the new paint job of the river.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
I-
so
I
much more
would-
stuff needs to be updated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so I would like to get some excitement.
Yeah.
Because if you get people excited, then they're gonna be more apt to be contributory to things going forward, as opposed to being contrary. And again, the residents just need to know that we've been very busy.
I'd be happy to put this in strategic plan format.
Thank you.
I'm getting used to it now, so that's why it's
I
getting.
feel
easier for
like,
me.
you know,
And then bring it back to October
Okay,
6th.
that's fine.
cool, all right.
But
That's fine.
Ken, could I have the Word document of the strategic plan so I don't have to retype all that?
Sure,
If you could send that to me, that'd be great.
I will. You owe me some language, by the way.
I know I've reminded Belinda to send it to you because she has it. I can send it directly
Oh.
to you, but that is a bit of a
You could just say
problem.
for info.
I'll send it to you right now.
No, I thought you could if it's just information passing, no?
Well, if it's an update to a document you are responsible for, my understanding is you're not
Probably
supposed
over
to
the
do that.
line, but
So I
Okay, that's
emailed
fine.
Belinda again, and I will, hopefully she'll be here today.
I think so.
So I'll get to talk to her, because I think she got that right in the middle of her getting sick.
But can't you send it to him now during?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, I can send it to you now during the meeting.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm doing it right
Can you
now.
multitask? I bet you can.
And you send me that Word document now too, and then we'll have everything. And I'll bring back that draft.
That's
But the
great.
other thing I'll bring back is a draft for parcels with not only the upcoming stuff
Oh, I owe you the Word document.
and the credit card thing. So I'll bring that on the 6th also, so we can get clarification.
Thank you, that's a lot of work,
Okay.
thank you.
No worries.
What else? Trying to think if there was anything else I had. I don't think so. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah.
9:18, gives us whole 12 minutes. I
So we're,
think we're gonna take a break.
we're off.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, cool. I got cold in here again. Yeah, actually, you're a good point, because I'm gonna go take care of this.
All right, I'm gonna go
So,
talk to her.
Ken, are you just gonna stay on?
I have another pen. So
Okay.
I think you better.
I looked at one on my desk.